Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. It's an incredible honor to have Rachel in the house. She is a partner at GigaSavvy, the most awarded creative marketing agency in Orange County, right? You're pretty much an OC queen, by the way.
Oh,
have you
wow.
seen how many hats she wears in Orange County? You make it rain.
You are so sweet. That's so nice. Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your position, what GigaSavvy does.
Okay, well, so GigaSavvy is a creative marketing agency. We are currently housed in the second oldest commercial real estate building in Orange County. It's this beautiful warehouse. It used to be a dive bar, and before that it was a train station. So it's a historic building, so we left the outside original and gutted the inside and made it a really creative workspace. We have a bunch of different clients that range from like Reddo Restaurant by Rick Bayless is one of our clients, and we've got like High Chew Candy and Wahoo's Fish Tacos and a bunch of different clients, and we're been around about 10 years. Mm-hmm. So I have also, let's see, that's what I'm currently doing.
That's what you're
officially
currently doing.
As the day job, right?
Well, but what's interesting though is being a master in advertising and a master connector, you really have transformed brands, lives. You have a knack and an expertise in that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So when I grew up in Orange County, and when I knew that I wanted to be in advertising, I thought, okay, I have to move to LA to be in advertising. So I came up and, I got a job at an advertising agency. It's still around, called Fraser Communications, run by a wonderful woman, and it's still a mentor named Renee Fraser. And then I worked at Saatchi & Saatchi on Toyota for many years, and I got trained on the proper way that advertising should be done, and it was a great experience. And then I realized after I had kids and got divorced, I wanted to be back down in Orange County, and I was like, uh-oh, what am I going to do? How's my career going to work here? I didn't know that actually Orange County was sort of on this precipice of being a creative powerhouse, of being a place where people are inspired to do their best creative work. So I became the president of the American Advertising Federation that represents 150 advertising agencies in Orange County, and really bringing that leadership team together to showcase and promote and help each other grow their businesses.
So let's talk about this for someone out there that is, they're starting their own business, or they're looking to transform their life and take the quantum leap into something they really are passionate and purposeful about. Where do they start, and what is the most, what do you see in advertising that works the best?
So I love being around advertising, and I knew from day one that I loved it because it fed my soul in a way that nothing else did. When I see a piece of great creative work, it really gives me goosebumps. And so I wanted to be around the people that were the most creative, and I'm not the most creative, but I'm the most organized, type A, structured person that can remove roadblocks to allow other people to be creative, and I can see opportunities and bring other people together to help them achieve beautiful work, award-winning work, and grow.
So what have you seen work for someone out there that's looking? Yeah.
I think your job should be your hobby. That's something. So like I'm committed to my job, more than just a job. It's a lifestyle. I love what I do. So I think that's my first advice is to somebody, they need to love what they're doing. Mm-hmm. The second thing is, I have a team of women that I work with over the years, and I love that quote, behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women. And
Amen.
I have felt that, like, whether it was a mentor to me or a woman that I was mentoring or a team of us, we support each other. And you need that. Maybe it's because I played soccer growing up, but that team environment is really important to me. And now, I have 4 male partners at GigaSavvy, and I'm the woman on the board, in the team there. And I gravitate towards that team, doing it together.
Very well said. There's very common.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. What has surprised you most about this journey of yours? Is there anything that you know now that you didn't know earlier that your younger self would be?
Oh God, everything.
Surprised by?
Well, you sort of think that your life is on a trajectory, right? And you've got a plan. And then the universe.
It's not a straight line?
No, the universe is like, actually, you're going to be more like that.
Life has its own logic.
Yeah, so I think you guys, in terms of transformation, you probably want me to touch on the domestic violence part of my journey. Because it's not my whole story, but it's a part of my story that was really powerful in terms of the transformation. When I was living up in LA, had gotten married, and we'd had 2 children, and I was a survivor of domestic violence. that was what caused us to get divorced and my relocation back to Orange County. And it actually taught me that first of all, I knew nothing about domestic violence. So I became a student of knowledge. I wanted to understand that actually 1 in 4 women in America, 1 in 3 women globally have been victims of domestic violence. And it's the silent crime. It's something that nobody talks about. And once I made it through that, I knew that I could do anything, and I wasn't scared to put myself out there and be brave and take risks and chances and try new things. Before that, I just always was a little bit more like held back. So I was like, all right, I'm going to run for president of the Ad Federation. I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to, lecture and mentor students at Chapman University. I'm going to. Someone asked me earlier this year, hey, will you host the Orange County Fashion Week that's coming up at the end of September? Sure, absolutely. I have no fear to say yes and to do things.
So many women, though, when they escape a situation similar to yours and get out of an abusive relationship, don't have that strength, don't have that courage. What was it that gave that to you, and what would you tell those women to do?
It's really common. You're absolutely right. That's a reoccurring problem. Well, I went into therapy right away with a wonderful woman named Alice LaViolette that specializes in domestic violence. So she was really helpful. My friends and my family were really supportive. And just taking the time to really process what you're going through and giving yourself time to heal. I don't think there's magic trick to anybody. Like my son was, 8 weeks old when this all happened and my daughter was 2. So I was like full-time mom, didn't miss a day of work while this was all happening, but just getting, again, a team of legal experts, a team of therapists, a team of your family, everybody together to surround you to help.
It's interesting because, taking domestic violence and then knowing that, the empowerment that can come out of that, and then going into marketing. I feel like the world is dying for truth, is dying for authentic brands, is dying for brands that are raising people up and not just traditional corporations that are just taking from everything. So where are you seeing the merging of, because now you've got this incredible story about domestic violence and surviving that, and, marketing.
Yeah.
Is it merging together at some level?
Absolutely, it is. And because I was fearless after this happened, I had read a book called Crazy Love. I was on the best-selling list.
I've been in that book.
Okay. It was by a wonderful woman named Leslie Morgan Steiner, and she lives in Washington, D.C., outside the city. And I, totally fearless, right? I read the book, and I called her. I said, hey, I just read your book. I loved it. Can I come interview you and get to know you and learn from your story? And she was like, sure, absolutely. I flew across the country, went to her house, got to meet with her and talk to her and learned about how she has really been an advocate for women for all these years, because she's a little bit older now, but she went through this a long time ago. All right, so that's part number 1, part number 2, and then I'm going to connect it.
Okay, girl.
Okay, so part number 2 is a very good friend of mine, and this has nothing to do with domestic violence, but it does have to do with female empowerment, named Kat Gordon. Started the 3% movement a few years ago when we realized that only 3% of women in advertising, the creative director role, only 3% of them were women. So she started this movement to raise awareness, and they do a conference every year in New York in the fall, and now they've started doing mini conferences all over the world, and we're up to 28% female leadership in the creative department. So in terms of advertising, to circle back to where this is all going, whether it's writing a book, whether it's giving interviews, starting a movement, banding together, I just think that there's power in numbers, and there's powers in having those courageous conversations that are beyond just an 8.5 by 10 glossy of hey, my life is perfect and everything's wonderful all the time. It's not perfect all the time. And I think because the world is so curated, we don't always sit down and say, hey, actually, you know what? I've been through some stuff. You've been through some stuff. You've been through some stuff. I'm sure we all have. So to be able to put yourself out there and talk about it.
And that's good advertising as far as I'm concerned. When someone gets real and they relate and whatever is so important. So where can people find you and work with you?
Okay. So let's see. Rachel at gigasavvy.com. rachelswoboda.com. rachelswoboda.oc is my Instagram handle. Let's see, I'm going to be hosting OC Fashion Week. Oh, by the way, I should tell you, the shirt I'm wearing is by Dawn Sunflower, and she is one of the designers being showcased in OC Fashion Week.
Your own
Love it.
brand.
Beautiful.
Marketing.
Yes, I'm helping her out. All her clothes are organic silk, and they're made in Orange County. So another like plug for creativity in Orange County. What else did I want to mention? They can.
When's the OC Fashion Week?
Oh, thank you. It's at the end of the month. It's starting on September 29th.
Perfect. Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure
so
they
we'll
can
have that.
follow you and find more details there.
Yes, they can.
Thank you so much for
All right.
sharing your story.
Truly.
Really
Thank
for
you,
coming in.
guys.
Stay
Thank
tuned. We'll
you.
be back with more Good Morning La La Land.